Well, after that there belt sander on the end of that right there to round them over right there, kind of and we'll do all 8 of them like that. It's that extra touch, I think. Run a tap through them nuts there, clean them up, round it over the corners a little bit right there. You know what I mean? When you put them on there, you want them to go on there. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have a wrench in hand right there, you probably need to go back to the water brush, I'd say. Man. So anyway, that takes 4 on that offside over. So we'll get them 4 over there, and these 4 here be there. That's them little spacer. Each one of these right here gets one of these on the outside. When you get to putting that cover on down there, it don't get no lock washer, but it gets that little thin. I guess that's kind of a crush washer because that casting is so bad. Yeah. So, and it also works as a sealing too, because when you look at them, you can see the texture of that cast iron embedded into it. Just saying. Oh yeah. Fuel pump. Got it all apart. Both balls was down in there with some oil sticking to them. But, just got it kind of cleaned up to check it for scratches and such. Breaks, and it appears to be good. I'll run a dowel down in there with a taper on the end in the hand drill with some valve grinding compound on it, and dress that seat up down in there. Put a couple of new check balls in it. So that's what we're going to do. A little something for that blank page. You got a page in your book there that ain't got nothing wrote down on it. About all books has got a couple of blank pages in them. They put them there so you can write stuff down. This is one of them videos. You might learn something. At least an example. And that being, some years past, I was privy to sit in on a discussion about that hole in the back of that block right there. Being this one, a McCormick-Deering Type M 1923, I believe. Bosch magneto equipped. Just your regular old off-the-shelf M. A very good engine. Highly underpriced right now. Just saying, that blank page info is that little slot underneath the drilled and tapped hole for the rear breather is not in all blocks. I think the consensus of the discussion that I sat in on, that if it had that slot in it, it was a Bosch engine. And so to dispel, to, come to your own conclusion as to what years that slot was in the block. Was it a, did the machinist just get a new drill bit and drilled all the way through the hole from the bottom? That being, where the fuel tank bolts up from underneath, threaded part ways up. So, or is it cast into the block? So let's look at a couple examples, see what we got to work with. Take your time now. When you're working on these old engines, I find when I'm working on these old engines, you'll come to something on that engine that adds character to it, and your immediately thought is to smear some body putty over it and slick it out. But, once you do that, you really change the characteristic of these old engines. That being, they were sand cast iron, which is quite a rough, irregular finish. Seems like a lot of impurities. That one don't have no slot in the back. Well, some information on the back of the hopper on every one of them. But, just for the conversation of it, the ones we're looking at right here it's just regular old EK type with this type hopper on them. Okay? And if you look at the back of the block down here, this whole area right in here does not have the slot. Okay, this one does. Got that hole in the back of the block is what we're talking about. And that right there, that was a regular, I'll look up that number. That was 213 on the sale bill. That type hopper, but I'll look that up, see what it was listed as even. The one next to it also has that hole in there. I'm pretty sure it was an EK engine. I'll look that up too. Then coming on down through here ain't nothing. Now these is old blocks with the they don't have any oil. Where were you? Well, I can tell real quick. It's nothing rare. Seems about a 50-50 mix of them up to now, kinda. Oh yeah, Portland, Indiana, 2018, Eric. Cool, man. Right next to it is two blocks that has the hole in the back of the block right there. And if you come up here and look at them, one of them is igniter style M with a small tag up on the top of yonder. And the one that next to it there is a big tag M. Both these 1.5 horsepower. All of these right here we're talking about 1.5 horsepower type M. It has side markings on this Bosch engine. Just saying.